David, looking ahead to tomorrow night, you are facing the only guy who's not allowed you to score bonus points. Talk about that last time you wrestled with him and why was he able to cut the gap.
Tyler's obviously a very tough opponent. He's had a lot of success. He's strong. He's hard to score on. He's done a pretty good job of limiting my offense. They got a good game plan, and that's it. Kind of comes down to me getting my offense going on my feet. He wants a close match. Obviously, I want a match that's not so close. So we just got to go out and we shake hands. We just got to go wrestle.
David, talk about your opponent in the semis, Monk, and he's not from a different part of the country. I don't know how many times you've wrestled him, but he went out there and he at least he made a good showing. Talk about how that match went.
Yeah, he's pretty tough. I haven't had a chance to wrestle him with my weight last year as well. I knew he's got some funky stuff. I know he's pretty good on top of that cradle, and he wrestled. He built up off his base once or twice, but I'm just kidding. But he was tough. He was strong and squirrely in some of those positions, and I had to fight in there to get that extra point for our team. But I mean, it's a national semifinals. Guys are coming to wrestle. This is a national tournament. Guys aren't going to lay down and take it easy. They're going to fight and they're going to try and win the matches. And that's that's what I enjoy, and that's what the fans enjoy as well.
David, this is your fourth final. Talk about the highs and lows and just getting in here. I mean, obviously you don't take it for granted, but any different feelings going into your fourth one?
Yeah, this tournament's been a little different than I can remember. And not that I've been nervous, but each match has meant a little bit more to me just because of the last ones. When I was a freshman, Troy Letters was one of our assistant coaches, and he told me to seize the moment. And I don't think I understood what he meant by that. Maybe not really until today. Even my freshman year when I went out there and I got beat, I knew I still had 3 more left. I was a sophomore, which is obviously, we talk about highs and lows, that's obviously the high for me. Last year fell a little bit short, and now it's seize the moment time. This is the last one for me. So right now I have about 24 hours to be ready to go for my last match.
David, last year they held your match to the last one, and Caldwell just sat here and said it'd be real cool if they did that with you again this year. Any thoughts about it if the NCAA decided that Caldwell-Taylor would be the last match?
I think there's definitely it's an honor to be the last match. I think that means people think it's going to be a good one, which means that there's some pretty good wrestling that's about to happen. So I would be pretty special if 2 years they mixed the weights up, I was the last one. It was pretty cool last year being the last one. I did it a few times in high school. But that's obviously, I think, for the fans, the NCAA decide. And if they decide to do that, that'd be great. And I know it's going to be a good match. You have 2 competitors, 2 4-time All-Americans. We're going to go out, we're going to wrestle hard. And it's going to be both our last matches. And there's going to be some points on the board, and it's going to be fun for the fans to watch.
David, have you been inspired at all these last couple of days, seeing what James English has been able to do? And you see him every day in the room, and he said when he came off the mat a couple minutes ago, I guess, that this season's really been a struggle for him, being that he's been hurt all his career, and this season again too. Can you kind of describe what you've seen out of him throughout the season in terms of how he's been able to kind of keep that?
Absolutely. When you talk about, when you talk about a guy who lives his life the right way and has had some very unfortunate things happen to him. James English is the first guy that comes to my mind. He works unbelievably hard. He's always, doesn't take, we talk about warming up for practice. He doesn't cut a corner. He runs every edge of the room. Makes every ounce of practice that he can possibly get in, he puts in there. And he's been a guy who's been there as long as I've been there, and he's just wanting to get in the lineup so bad. And this year I knew, he just was a matter of getting healthy, and he really wanted to be in there, and the coaches gave him a chance. He got in the lineup, got 6 to Big Tens, got in the NCAA tournaments, an All-American. That's pretty special. I was very happy to see him get his hand raised there in the blood round, because there's a lot of blood and sweat that he's put into the sport to get his hand raised and be top 8 in the country. And he's not done. He wants to keep going, and all of our guys in the backside of the bracket, they want to keep going and keep scoring points, and hopefully that's what separates us at the end of the day.
David, how special is it for you to be at least tie now the record for champions at Penn State, and it was a little frustrating not being able to turn it tonight?
I don't know. It's something that has been in the back of my mind a little bit this year, but at the same time, getting the hand raised tomorrow night is what's been my number one priority. Obviously, this match would have been great if I could have got a pin, but getting an extra point for our team, getting my hand raised, and getting in tomorrow night is what's important, especially this year when anything could happen at any given time, just like any other year. Any wrestling guy has got some tricks up his sleeve. Sometimes you got to stay a little solid with him. And tonight I felt a comfortable lead. I stayed solid, and I got that takedown at the end, and I'm pretty happy with it.
Anything else for David? Thank you.
Thanks, guys.